Hey y'all. Uh, yeah, I just wanted to do a quick recap of my week. Many of you can hear my voice. So it'll be interesting. This will be quick. This is the first time testing out this channel, this format. So I'll try to go live every at the end of every week, and yeah, it's really just sharing some of the stuff that I've learned throughout the week, and how I've been doing. Hope everyone is doing well. Um, what happened this week right now? We are it's Friday, May 19th actually. I was just looking at that. So it's May 19th. And I just got back from a conference in Nashville. That conference was a work conference. And as you can hear my voice, and my voice is a little bit it is gone. So I'm just finishing up. As I said, this won't be long. Um, there was something interesting happened at that conference. As you guys can see, my voice is gone. Day two, which was Tuesday, was very interesting because I thought it was allergies. We didn't. I was talking, but for the most part, it felt like allergies. So I had this allergies. It started to drain, and then like wow, my voice started going. It has happened to me before. Um, but the biggest thing that started happening as I started, going into day three. So that happened to me towards the end of day two at the conference, and we had a team dinner at night. Um, One of the things that I started feeling was just ashamed. Um, it was definitely a tricky one. um, it was tricky because I am this person. I work at a tech company, and so I'm this person who who have this persona of being tough, of being able to figure it out, and to be in a place where my voice was gone. I felt that I wasn't doing enough. I felt almost less than, which is a weird thing to feel because I was generally sick. And I don't know if you guys have come across this or have experienced this before, where you are sick but you're almost like ashamed that you are sick. There's another time that this has happened to me, and I've had COVID twice confirmed, and I can attest that long COVID is a thing that I still do struggle with. Um, Brain fogs, and you'll probably hear that throughout me talking. I still do struggle with brain fog a bit. And in the peak of when that started happening to me after I had COVID the second time, I wondered, my biggest issue was I wasn't able to like my energy was lower than I'd expected to be. I'm generally a very healthy person and I work out a lot. So my energy was lower. And so I was thinking, is this stress? Um, and a couple of the things that like really for me was this idea of like the thing that really did it for me was this idea of can't could why is it that I feel like I can't keep up? Like my energy was lower halfway through the day. I wasn't thinking as sharply as I could. And I don't really have a great answer for this, but I'm just sharing it with you folks of being in a place of feeling sick, but also feeling weird that I'm sick, right? Like I'm sick. Why can't I just accept that I'm sick and move on? Or like why can't I accept that I'm sick and be in a place where um, I don't have the words, but there's something about it where I felt almost ashamed that I was sick, that I couldn't hang, and that I needed to be the superhuman person. And so I think it's something where I've struggled to give myself grace in all of that. I've struggled to give myself grace in being sick and taking it easy and feeling like I don't have to always have it all together. Um, so that's something that I wrestled with throughout this week. And I'm curious how you all have dealt with this. The The other thing that I started to think about is coming out of the conference is this idea of there's a lot of people that were really excited about it, and I was too. But what happens when you know that there's more? You know that okay, yeah, you're excited about this, but we know that this could be better. We know that this could be bigger. Um, and it's this thing. I'm not saying you have to fake excitement to stir people on, but I do think that sometimes, and maybe because when you've been in a situation for multiple times, you don't get as easily excited about certain things. It's like, if you've been going on multiple dates and they've always fallen through, or you know how certain things go, you tend to not get too excited when something happens, or when you've just been in many situations before. You kind of lose your wonder. Like if you're an athlete, or if you're a salesperson, or if you're a public speaker, and he's like, "This is what you do." Like, how much time do you lose that wonder? Um, and so that's something I've been thinking about. Like, is it that I generally wasn't excited, or did I have I lost my wonder? And are there things in my life where I could reclaim my wonder? That led me to start to think through your it's okay to have a higher bar than other people, and it could be why you're where you are, because the thing that might make me excited may not make someone excited. For some people, they could be easily excitable, and that could be the thing. um, and it's okay that I might have a higher bar, and so that's something I'm learning. um, I'm curious if you guys have come across this. But that's the in terms of work, that's how it's been going for me. I want to shift a little, just share a little bit. Many of you don't know me, um, but as of today, I'm planning a wedding in September, and so the goal for me is I've been thinking a lot about weddings and the coming together. My fiance and I were both Jamaicans. We're going to be in Jamaica for the wedding, and the thing that I've been starting to think about is what would it look like for the families to truly come together, and what would it be like for our love to showcase not only in the wedding but also in our marriage. And so that's something that I've been thinking about a whole lot, to be honest. um, so it is definitely something where I feel like not a lot of people think about. And so for me, it's this idea of, I've met her family, she's met mine. But what does the coming together of families look like? And also our friends who may not know, who us, like I might not know all our friends, she may not know all of my friends. It is this coming together. Sometimes some of the people that show up to the wedding are there for the first time, and they that's the first time they're meeting me. And so starting to think about the activities throughout the weekend, um, or how could we incorporate like our story, and the context there is, my fiance and I, we've kind of built this great relationship where we often say it's our bubble. And sometimes getting married is like you're inviting other people into the bubble, selectively, of course. And so that's one of the things that we've been thinking about, or I've been thinking about, for those of you who are married, or getting married, is this idea of like, how do you think about incorporating both families and making sure people feel involved as much as possible. Um, we will I have a tons more to share with y'all, and but we want to keep it short today and just share some ideas and some thoughts to you that have been top of mind for me. I'm hoping that this format continues to expand. I'll continue to share things that's been top of mind, things that have been bothering me, things that I'm wrestling with. And I think there's a lot of things that I wrestle with. One of the things that you'll hear from me is that, um, most of the things I wrestle with, I don't think there is an end goal, or there's something specific, the answer. It's more like the idea of wrestling with the thing. And as I continue to wrestle with the thing, it's being able to sit in that space that's not necessarily black and white, but it's more of a gray area. Um, yeah. So looking forward to more of these formats. Looking forward to sharing more with all of you all out there. Um, but yeah, I said we recap. I'm working on how is it that I overcome my shame of just being sick and then realizing that I don't have to be human. I don't have to be, sorry, a robot all the time, that it's okay to be human and give myself grace. And then the other thing I've been thinking about this week is the thing that might excite other people. It's okay for it not to excite me, and for me not to feel that I'm missing out because my bar might be higher, or we might just have different, ideas of, what makes something successful. And then I guess the other, as I say that, I'm thinking about how could I continually create a space to have that conversation about what that would look like. And then lastly, it's the coming together of families when we start to think about a marriage. And obviously, this I think is beyond a marriage and also just deep relationships and lifelong partners. What does it look like to merge different families? Or do you even merge the families? Is it that you're creating something new? Um, Hope you all have a great weekend. Bye, y'all.